Hi guys, welcome to another Akerele Adventures video. Typically I don't do a lot of product reviews, but these headphones are absolutely outstanding, so I want to give my observation and assessment since I've been using these quite a bit and just kind of give people a perspective of some decent headphones to use. A brief disclaimer, these are not apples to apples, as in the sense that some of these headphones are wireless, some of them are not, some of them are noise canceling, some of them are not, but they're all headphones, so it's apples to oranges, apples to pears, and I just wanted to draw a brief assessment as it relates to the other headphones I particularly use. So in this brief assessment, we'll be discussing build quality, sound quality, wear fatigue, price, functionality, and the overall look of the headphones. Featured here are the Libotone noise cancellation headphones. Disclaimer, these sound absolutely extraordinary, but there are two features that I want to focus on particularly and draw that comparison into the QC35s. So for one, let's talk about the functionality. I think the functionality of these headphones almost exceeds the QC35s in the sense that they have this ability to touch. Everything is touch as it relates. They only have that one button, and I think that's particularly just for connecting the headphones. But outside of that, everything from the volume to changing the song to skip, reverse, all of that is done through the functionality of just touch. I think that's an advanced feature that the QC35 don't have. But as I compare the QC35s, I still think the QC35s, the functionality of them are great. So it's not, you definitely have to learn this headphone, so it's not something that I feel like I'm missing. The other thing that I want to focus on is wear fatigue. And these headphones, while they are great and they sound amazing, they are very, very heavy, as this wire bar that goes through the center over the headphone is quite heavy. And I feel like that's the advantage of where the QC35 exceeds these headphones, because you don't have that heaviness that sits on your head to make wear fatigue, especially on long flights. You wouldn't have that. So just those particular features is what I want to focus on and compare as it relates to the QC35. Okay, let's not kid ourselves. Dre Beat headphones emerged onto the scene a few years back and people craved to them like nobody's business. The two particular features that I want to focus on with these headphones is one, price, and the other, overall build quality. So what I favored about these headphones in particular is that they were great to be able to be worn in the gym, in the sense that they have this silicone underlining, whereas the QC35s have this nice mesh material, and I wouldn't want to be sweating on them. These headphones I felt that I could just slam them against the wall and that they would be okay. So again, I don't know if that's such a great comparison, but it is something that I particularly wanted to. I wouldn't wear my Bose QC35s at the gym, whereas I would wear these and not really care what happened to them. So in terms of overall build quality, I do like these. That's not to say that the QC35s lacked anything in particular in terms of build quality, because I think it's great, but these headphones to me could take a beating and keep on going. And as it relates to price, certainly the QC35s being like a $300 headphones, these were like $200 at the time. You're paying for the name. You're paying for Dre Beats. With Bose headphones, certainly you're paying for the name a little bit, but I think the audio quality is, you can't even draw a comparison to what these headphones, to the Dre Beats and the QC35s. There's just no comparison whatsoever. But I did want to mention what I particularly liked about these headphones, and that would be the build quality, that I felt like I could rough them up a little bit and that they would still keep on going. I don't believe I have that advantage with the QC35s. These headphones are absolutely outstanding, and prior to getting the QC35s, these were the headphones that I particularly use for everything. I would say that these are my workhorse headphones, but there's two features that I would draw a comparison to the QC35, and that's the sound quality and overall functionality of the headphones. So let's just jump in with sound quality. The sound quality with these headphones are absolutely extraordinary. I thought that they gave a sense of the highs, the mids, the lows without giving me too much of one in particular over the other. I thought that Audio-Technica did a great job of balancing that out. In comparison to the QC35, I think this draws a great parallel. I guess the difference being that this headphone was wired and didn't have a wireless option, and the QC35 does, and that's particularly why I upgraded. And then the other feature being the functionality of the headphones, in the sense that these headphones, in terms of functionality, what they offered are the 3 different modes. to achieve this whole 95% noise cancellation. But it was just 3 different modes if you were like on a plane, or if you were kind of in a more of a office setting, or just like a coffee shop or something like Starbucks. Those functionality features I felt were great because it could intensify or kind of reduce based on the situation or assessment or place that you were in. And whereas the QC35s, I think they do a pretty good job because they seem to be an active noise canceling headphones, meaning that depending on the environment that you're in, they would adapt to that situation. So maybe that's the word I'm looking for: adaptive active noise cancellation headphones. So that's what I particularly like about the QC35s. But again, these headphones are what I used prior, and I swear by them, and I thought they were absolutely amazing. And just those 2 particular features, and then we'll jump into more about the QC35s. The overall look of these headphones is absolutely amazing, and I draw the comparison to a Mercedes in black and a Mercedes in silver, in the sense that a Mercedes in silver will look a little bit more elegant and refined and rich. Not that the black one is not spectacular, but you know, headphones come in a variety of colors, and I always felt like a silver headphone just kind of displayed a little bit more richer quality. So I like these headphones for that reason. Now, if I think of the build quality, these headphones, while they are a little bit of a plastic feel, I don't feel like they're going to just break apart. Particularly when I look at things like the plastic on the side here, I don't feel like the headphone, again, like it's just going to just kind of just rip apart. But again, I don't feel they have the durability of the sense of my Dre Beats headphones, where those were the headphones that I could wear to the gym. They had a little silicone in them, and you know, I would go about that. But if I take a particular look at this headphone and I say, you know, I look at the metal, or excuse me, the aluminum feature here, I do like the build quality. I don't feel like it's cheap by any means. And then you have this leather strap, I guess, leather covering that goes along the top, and I'm particularly fond of that mesh underlining as well, and it's very supple and soft. When I think about the headphones and wear fatigue, all headphones to me will eventually have a little bit of wear fatigue, but these headphones, it's quite reduced in the sense that because of this mesh underlining here, you don't have the heaviness on the head, and it's very soft, and that all draws to the reason why I feel like these headphones are absolutely extraordinary when it comes to wear fatigue. Because on a flight from Los Angeles to New York, 5-hour flight that I would sometimes take, I don't really have that issue. And also, as it relates to the wear fatigue, is because of this plush, and I mean absolutely like pillow plush. I think if I had these as pillows, I would probably sleep a lot better, but it is so soft, and it's because of that particular reason that I think that reduces the wear fatigue on these headphones. Not to mention that it's also because these headphones are very, very lightweight in comparison to like the Libertone or some of the Audio-Technica headphones, which had a little bit more weight to them. I felt like these headphones just are very, very light, very easy to wear, and you don't have as much wear fatigue. Let's jump into functionality. The fact that these headphones can be folded down, some headphones don't have that functionality, and I just think I particularly like that. You can have a smaller profile with these headphones. In addition, I like the fact that the battery life is absolutely amazing. I don't charge these things very often, and I can say that I use them for conference calls pretty much every morning. I listen to music quite often, and I watch music on them, and the battery life is wonderful. I like the minimalistic approach of just having these 3 buttons here, and you know, to turn the volume up, turn the volume down, and then the connect with the pause and play as a middle button. And in terms of the Bluetooth connectivity, I think it works just in parallel to any other. Do you ever, you know, bump into some issues? Absolutely. I think that's just Bluetooth in general. It's not the most powerful connection, but overall, I'm very impressed with the functionality of these headphones. Not to mention what I particularly favor about these headphones, as soon as you turn them on, two things that I like is that it will tell you the battery life. So when I turn it on and it's like this battery life is at 90%, or it's at 70%, whatever that may be. I love that feature. And then also when you turn on the headphones, immediately it tells you what it's connected to. So and it can be connected to multiple things at once, and like my MacBook Pro or my Samsung S7, it will tell me that, and I particularly like that this headphone does that. When I think about price, let's not kid ourselves. Bose headphones are very, very expensive. However, when I compare it to other headphones that are on the market, then I don't feel like I'm spending too much money, because you can pay for a pair of Dre Beats and you're going to get a headphone that's not really true to audio, in the sense that it has a little bit more bass than normal, because people particularly care for their music that way. But if the overall comparison, I feel like as it relates to other headphones, with the functionality, the quality, the sound, all these things make me feel like, okay, I'm not hurting as it relates to price. Certainly these headphones are $330, so they're gonna be expensive, but I feel like compared to other things on the market, then you're within the scope of a normal price for headphones. Alright, let's discuss sound quality. Sound quality is kind of unique for me in the sense that, again, I use these headphones for a variety of reasons. Conference calls. When I have conference calls, people say that they can hear me with a lot of clarity and I can hear them. So that to me works on both ends, and is particularly important to me because I work from home, so conference calls and having that call quality is absolutely amazing. So that's an A+ in my book. In addition, I watch a lot of movies under these headphones because I don't want to wake up my family at night. And then I also, listen to music. So the combination of those three things, and having good high, mids, and lows, and not having something that's too heavy on the bass side or having too much treble, I am particularly fond of that. And I think these headphones meet my expectations with a crisp quality sense of audio all around, not too much on one end or the other, and that for me again is an A+. So sound quality is all good in my book. So I guess if I had to give these a grade, it'd be an A-, as I think they're absolutely extraordinary headphones in my opinion.